Built to shred!
I'm Jeff King, and this is Built to Shred. Today we're going out to Utah to help battle the elusive bark beetle. The average bark beetle is about 6 millimeters long, and compared to a wood screw, that would make him the size of just the tip. But this little guy is responsible for killing over 500,000 acres worth of trees. The only way to fight him is to pull the infected trees out. If we have to chop trees down, we might as well shred them too. Here we are, Powder Mountain, Utah. We're on the hunt for the bark beetle. We got this snowcat loaded up with chainsaws and all my tools. Time to shred. Let's ride. Yeah. Drawing board. We're gonna try to build the world's first treater totter rail. So what we need is a long enough piece of wood. And we're gonna have to build a device that can actually make this thing tip, which puts us 18 feet high. Some of the dangers that come with it is it's a tree. So we're gonna have to go through with a chainsaw and shave all this down. You've got this piece of steel that's probably 4 feet tall right here. You don't wanna land on that. Once you get to right about here, it's gonna tip on you like that. The only place that we can do it is inside of a Powder Mountain chop shop. We're gonna have to import snow for the runway. So bundle up, little campers. It's time for us to get our chainsaws roaring. Built to shred. Good, there it is. Now we're getting in it.
Yeah, you can see where the beetles dig these little holes. They just attack any tree they can get their hands on.
One tree can infect this entire group at pines, and 20 years there won't be a pine here.
Bummer. This is a rad tree. Let's get to work. Protective jeans for chainsaw cutting. Yeah, it doesn't take much to get a little mark from a chainsaw. Safety is number one. Because we're just gonna trim off all the side branches to make it the ultimate shred stick. Got this thing all delimbed. See that the tree has a nice gentleman's bend to it, which could make it better for riding. You never know. Yeah, Iris. There we go, dude. That was the first snowcat experience. These guys are letting me drive this thing.
Waiting for the bus. Powder Country shuttle bus.
I never drove a bus before. All aboard the shred bus to the secret jib spot. All hands and feet must stay within the vehicle. Last call for the shred bus to the secret jib spot.
I said everyone stay in your seats.
The shred bus has arrived. Everybody out. Time to push some snow around, see what happens on top. So what we're gonna do is build ramps to it and shred it. So all these guys are working on it with shovels, but we don't have time for that. We need action. I'm gonna fire up the loader and just scoop it out like that. Bow. Hold on tight. Try to just cut this thing and make sure that the end of the bus is as close to this landing ramp as possible.
We're gonna build this lift, and these guys are gonna jib on the top of our shuttle bus.
Party time. Putting a little nose manny together up there. Yeah, dude. Oh! Okay, front 180, front cab in on a slippery top. But one of the things you gotta worry about is that there's a vent on the top of the front right there. Definitely don't want to clip that. That gas coming in hot. I just don't know if I like that too much, you know? Somebody coming like 30 miles per hour, like right at my face. It's like right up on top of your head. The Powder Country shuttle gets the Built to Shred stamp of approval. The riders are stoked.
It's different, all right.
Get back to work. And that's how we do it, Built to Shred style. I'm here with EICHORN, What's happening?
How's it going?
Chilling, dude. So what are we building?
All right, so we're gonna take this log we just chopped down, move it up here on this side hill, remove some snow, build this little pocket tranny, up log to like a hip landing. Basically an exaggerated pole jump.
Right. 1, 2, 3.
Just sink the back end here, bury it to make it stable.
Once we get that set, we're gonna take our chainsaws and cut a nice flat along the top. Yeah, tack it in. We're trying to firm it up a little bit here. Nice and packed down.
It's a bonfire. It's gotta be big.
There you go. Now that's a fire. Looks like the log jamming works, especially when you got a bonfire. Believe it or not, cutting down this bark beetle infested tree is good for the forest and fun for the riders. Matt Guest coming in for a backflip. Oh, calling that a make. And that's it for this fireside log jam and shred. Stay tuned for more snow shred action. Yodelahee-hoo. We're headed down to the Powder Mountain Chop Shop to build our death-defying teeter-totter. All right, here it is. So we have the Powder Mountain expert fabricator, Roger Arvey, that's gonna help us build the Beetle Bender teeter-totter rail. Check it out. Let's figure out what we're gonna be getting ourselves into. The log is gonna come all the way across. Our steel frame right underneath there. Once they get to about here, the whole thing will just tip like that. So when we make our frame, we have to bring it in at an angle like that.
We're gonna use some angle iron. It'll be about 1 foot long. And we're gonna put a pipe across for a sleeve, larger diameter pipe in the center for it to hinge on.
That's gonna be the thing that makes us be able to tip.
Hopefully we can get some grease in there. Then the legs will come out.
These two pieces right here, that's one side.
Redneck engineering at its best.
Donuts. You want a donut?
Sure.
I love donuts. While he's working on that, we're gonna hop outside and see what kind of old machinery and junk we can find a shred on. We found another beetle-infested tree that we're gonna use as a different feature in the yard. These guys are notching out this log that we just harvested from up there. It will fit on the top of this shovel right here. And act as coping for the bark beetle quarter banger. The idea is to raise the bucket about 8 feet above a huge quarter pipe for these guys to fly out and hit. It seems pretty smooth. We hammered some shims up underneath here, and now I'm just tacking a few screws through the rail. It just adds a little bit of strength there. This log weighs 300 pounds. The last thing we want is it coming off and falling on someone mid-trick.
Good looking log too, once you get all this bark off.
Dude, there is beetle tracks all over this thing. Final step that we need to do is to give it one nice flat edge. Oh, we're talking about quarter pipe, huh?
Beetle bark banger off the quarter. Say that 10 times in a row.
A huge cloud is covering the whole mountain. We're on cloud 9, huh? While the guys are out finishing the quarter pipe, we're gonna head back to the shop to put the final touches on the teeter-totter rail. Movable part. Look at that. Time to throw some beads. So it's time for the final little weld. Just had to sign it real quick, dude. Now that our teeter-totter frame is ready, all we need is a tree. We found the mother of all bark beetle trees. This thing was huge and took the whole crew to carry it back into the shop. When you guys all pick it up, I'm gonna slide this thing underneath it. All right, roll it over, drop it down. You guys looking good? Look at that fit. Can you drop it down? Pretty good. Don't fall off of there either, or else. Whoa! No, don't do it so high. Beetle bark teeter-totter rail. Now it's time to slide back outside and see how the bark beetle quarter banger is coming along. While we're inside working on the teeter-totter, these guys were out here making a buttery quarter pipe. Game on. I'm gonna hop back into the cat here, pick it up. It's time to kill it.
Boss man's in the driver's seat and I like it.
That's good.
Now it's your turn, dude.
Oh yeah. It's really fun.
Yeah! It's nightfall at Powder Mountain. We got generators going, we got lights on, and we got a crew ahead hitting the beetle bark loader rail. Dudes are killing it. That was so sick. How do you like touch down on an axle stall twice and then bring it in 270? Yeah, Iris! Riders are getting dragged in hot. Matt Gas, back D-ring. Back 50-50, 540 off. If you go over the edge of this thing, you're done. There's nothing over there but cold, hard steel and a 15-foot drop. Now that's what I'm calling a proper session. The bark beetle teeter-totter rail is all set. We're gonna charge in there and see what we can make happen. This is just basic like thick grain salt or something like that?
Yeah, you lay it onto the snow, it melts the snow right away and then refreezes it. So it makes it firmer.
The bark beetle teeter-totter rail is about to go down and up and down and up and down again.
Yeah, it looks pretty sick.
I got butterflies myself right now just thinking about it.
I don't know, we'll have to see how it works.
Right?
It's still a virgin.
Yeah, it is, dude. It is. Let's see if we can get the crew together and put something down and up. The riders are getting pulled in hot. They should at least be able to get halfway. They're gonna have to be going top speed if they want to slide the whole thing. Slow pace test. Coming in. These guys are hitting the log inside a building that's full of dangerous objects. All right, you got it to a point, and it started to go. No big deal, just 6 feet up, no big deal. Right? Yes! That's a mate right there. Boom! Bark beetle to fakie. Yes. That's it for this Powder Mountain logging mish. We showed the bark beetles. You can take the bark off the trees, but you can't take the trees out of the sesh. Built straight.